is going to really be happening at 1 p.m. today, because that is when the 30-year auction is. And that, if you guys have been paying attention, is going to be very, very, very important. Now, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I think this is a really interesting point that I think all of you guys should know about here. And again, as you guys are all filtering in, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. It helps out a whole lot with the algorithms over here. But again, oh, I just saw the YouTube feed come through. Good morning, everybody. Happy CPI day. Again, I don't know if you guys just heard that, but the big, CPI, yeah, is obviously big, but the other really big event that not a lot of people are paying attention to, that are probably going to get caught slipping because of it, is the 30-year auction at 1 p.m. Now, here's an interesting thought that I had yesterday that I think is pretty relevant to what we're seeing right now. If you look at what's happened with bond yields and overall expectations of what could be happening in the market over the next 6 months here, based on what's happening in the bond market, it looks like a lot of the good news here is priced in, especially what we're looking at in terms of the prices of these indexes and futures. That it looks like a lot of these things are priced in. So if CPI comes in hot, if it comes in at expectations or a little lower, the market will probably run a little bit. But the other thing is too, again, you also have to consider, well, the market is irrational. That's just a thought that I had. It's like, well, if you see all these bond yields just tanking, you're seeing all of the rate cut expectations moving closer and closer. Well, good data is then being priced in. So you can see right now we're up about 0.2% on ES here in the pre-market, about 9.5 points here. Let's see what we get. We've got 3 minutes to go until CPI, everybody. What if there's a 2 in front of the CPI print? Oh, we're ripping. If there's a 2 in front of the CPI print, we are ripping. So again, team, smack that like on the way in. Helps out a whole lot, spreading these streams out to some more people here. Also, I'm a little disappointed in this. Those of you guys that are that have already downloaded the free ebook, that are on the newsletter, we talked about Beyond this weekend, and this thing went on an absolute mission yesterday. It's up another 6.8% in the pre-market here. Wasn't able to take advantage of that one, but if any of you guys did, oh boy, you are sitting pretty. Oh boy. All right, guys, little less than 3 minutes here. It's about to be 2 minutes until we're gonna get the data. I hope you guys are excited. It's gonna be a fun one. It is gonna be a fun one. All right. There's still too much money floating around. Yellen has to do her job before Powell can do his cuts. Well, yes, but you are seeing RP continue to fall aggressive. Why is it still? This one. No. This one. No. This one. No. Alright, I gotta look for, I think it's this one. Yeah, so this thing is still ticking down. So when this goes to 0, then yes. I mean, we've talked about that too. It was in the TLT video too, for those of you guys that were paying attention. If once this hits 0, that's kind of the flashing signal that we could be getting closer to rate cuts, not immediate rate cuts, because it's going to lag a little bit here. What else are we looking at? How's AMD doing in the pre-market here? Down a little bit, but still cracked 52-week highs yesterday. That is exactly what I want to see. Rycac, there you go. You double-checked your email. It's right. It's not in your spam. All right, Raka, send me a DM on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll hook you up. Because you should be getting them. There are a very, 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 very small percentage of them that bounce. It's like less than 1%. But if you're one of them, then I'll re-add you, and it could be something to do with your email settings too, because all of these emails are getting sent. Tally up 1% in the pre-market here after a little bit of a cool off. I like that. TLT back in the 95s. I like to see it. All right, less than a minute to go until the data. Here we go. 30 seconds, team. 30 seconds until CPI comes out. I'll have the news feeds up. You guys source the data as well. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun, everybody. This is not the right one. That's an energy drink from yesterday. All right. Oh, it's peaking. It's peaking. Yeah, I know Beyond is up. I know it's up. I told you guys in the weekly newsletter. This is all right. Here we go. Data's up. Whoa! What's the data? What's the data? We're getting our 830 crazy candle. What is it? Ah! All right, we're back up. We're back up. We're moving a little here. Here we go. I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. What's Telly doing? Telly jumped a little. Anybody got it? You have Oracle puts from yesterday? Oh, I think you're going to be having a time with that. I mean, you gambled and won. That's cool, but don't think that that's a trading strategy. Again, we talked about that yesterday, discretionary versus systematic. If you're going to be a discretionary day trader, and again, like we were talking about exactly what that entails, you're probably going to fail in the long run, which is okay. All of you guys have the ability to be a successful trader. 3.1, what is that? That's right at expectations, isn't it? Isn't that what it was supposed to be? Yeah, 3.1 was the expectation, so all right, we'll see what we get here. Here we go. U.S. core CPI year-over-year actual 4, forecast 4, previous 4. All right, so that's core. That's fine. Actual 3.1, forecast 3.1, previous 3.2. All right, I mean, that's right in line with expectations. So this is kind of going, for me, 50-50 in market direction. Because remember, we did say that a lot of this is probably priced in. So let's see. Let's see what we get here. So things are moving up. Where's Telly? Telly came down a little bit there. Let's throw this on the 15. ES is holding. AMD peak in there. Where's Beyond? Oh, dude, this one is just dirty. That one's just nasty. Where's Tessie? I mean, Tessie was another one that I was kind of looking for, but not really this week. I mean, yeah, it's not really doing much here. This is more 52-week highs, I believe, on ES. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. More 52-week highs here on ES. That's ridiculous, but it is what it is. Market's going to do what the market's going to do. Oracle was 50-50. Rivian, nice pop. Let me look. It's pre-market. Yeah, that's nothing. Where's the... Yesterday, it started to set up real nice. Yeah, Rivian's probably going to go soon. We were talking about this one on the watch list as well. This one's probably going to get going soon. Remember the last Rivian trade that I had? It was this one. Rode this thing all the way up. That was filthy. Like, absolutely filthy trade there. So, I'm going to see if we can do it again. Yeah, I mean, you guys have all the resources in the world. Let's see. Where do we want to go here? Yeah, I honestly don't expect much to happen here. I do expect the market to move on the auction later at 1. So it just kind of popped up into CPI and then nothing. Yeah, not holding 46.90 anymore. Yeah, coming back down. Let's see. All right, any other tickers that you guys want to take a look at? Keep letting me know. Also, stop slacking on the like button. That's rude. You guys are being rude. Let's see. Tally moving down. Still up 0.5% here. Again, that's showing that it's kind of priced in. They're going... Well, no, they're... Why'd they sell bonds off of that? That's weird. This thing's just a monster. I wanted it to flatline a little bit more and then go. It just didn't. Snow, this one's interesting. I want to see what happens with this today. I'd love to see this thing above 200. If the market starts running a little, I mean, you could see this thing above 200 pretty quick. The thing moves like a wild child. Yes, coming back down. Uh-oh. Dollar holding pre-CPI level for now. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, let's see if there's any breakdowns on CPI. USD JPY extends drop. That's weird. Fed swaps price in slightly higher odds of 2024 rate cuts. Wow, the market is really saying, screw you, Powell. I don't care what you say. Short-term interest rate futures rise after CPI report. I mean, we can look at the rate hike expectations. Where is it? Do I even have it up here? Is it this? Yeah, it's this. Like, we can take a look at this here, but like there's a big expectation for March here. Like, oh, this shifted back. So this is interesting. So the March rate cut expectations, like exactly like I was telling you guys, is probably not going to happen. I mean, they were projecting that this was, I believe it was over 50% in the TLT video when we were doing this. Anybody want to confirm that? I thought that this number was over 50 for a 25 basis point cut. Now it's 47%, 49.8% chance of holding right where we are. May is where this thing's probably going to start picking up. 48.9% chance that we're going to be cutting in May, which is kind of the earliest that I would expect us to start cutting. 20.4 that we're not going to have any changes until next May, or through next May, and then 29.2 that we actually get 2 rate cuts, and then June, this is when it starts to, so now we have 44% chance of basically 2 cuts, 2 25 basis point cuts or 1 50 basis point cut. I would not expect next year to get any 50 basis point rate cuts unless we start to see very, very, very strict financial conditions, inflation really coming down, unemployment really coming up. Like, I would not expect us to see any of those big 50 basis point cuts. They're probably just going to ladder the 25s like every other meeting or something, and depending on the data. That's most likely what we're looking at going into next year. What do you think about AMD at 132? I'm thrilled. My shares have an average of 1139. I love that thing. Market, no, there's still too much money floating around. Yeah, well, Yellen, they're doing it, though. That's the thing. Like, you can kind of see that the overall money in the system is coming down. It's the same thing. It's almost the same thing as, like, looking at the inflation rates, like CPI data. It's like, well, yeah, obviously it's still too high, but it is moving in the right direction. Let's see. Daily Taylor, good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? You guys having some fun? Telly coming down a little there. I don't really like that. It's a very weird move off that. Beyond's still up a little, but flashing around. I don't have anything on it, but you guys might. The opening 5-minute candle today is going to be real interesting here. In what? How long do we have until that? Like 50 minutes? 50 minutes? Yeah, that's really it. So that's all we were looking for CPI here. Right at expectations. What did month over month come in slightly higher? I mean, 0.1% is not the end of the world. Let's see. Let me go back here. Yeah, 0.1 versus 0. So that's probably why the market's coming down. Well, not coming down, but it is kind of flashing around. And you're not seeing that big move to the upside there. Like, I would kind of expect this to just die out a little, but who knows? Who knows? And then the first, like, 10, 15 minutes of the market's going to be crazy. Then we go into the bond auction at 1, which is probably the most important event that investors are looking at today, just to see, like, what the demand is going to be like for these 30-year bonds. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. What else do we have? That's really it. We have our tickers. Again, I mean, we can go through some strategy stuff here, too. Oh, all right. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this one. Ooh, I didn't tell you this one. So I was looking at another strategy that I used to have. Just like one of those systematic strategies, guys, because, again, if you're day trading, it should all be systems. You should have zero discretion ever when you are day trading. If anybody is like, oh, I think this, no. You're going to lose in the long run. I would say it's almost guaranteed, and the data is in my favor, not yours. Here's why. Well, remember, 90-something% of traders fail. Why? Well, they're using their own discretion. Like, I hate to say this, but Wayne is a good example of this. All he does is try to use his discretion and say, it's up, I short it. It's down, I buy it. No. That's how you lose. Which is why I've crafted these strategies for you. The first one you guys already have in the Day Trading Mastery course. That one is nasty. That's probably the one that I trade the most and makes the most money. I mean, again, it's had 0 losing months in 2023, and you really don't have to do a whole lot of work. The second one, I'm actually screwing around with it again this week. This second one is the new one that I started playing with. that I already know the data behind it for a 20-year period. I'm trying to get the data for another 10-year period, so I have 30 years of data behind it. That one's really good. Then I was screwing around with another one that I used to use years ago, and I just started testing it again, and I was like, oh yeah, this one's nasty too. So all of you guys that have already taken advantage of either the 50% discount if you're on the email list, or for those of you guys in here that are still able to get the 30% off discount this month only, because again, we just launched it, you're then going to get 2 additional strategies too. So you're going to have the first one, the 0 losing months in 2023 one. Then you're going to get 2 more, and they're all based on systems. There's all testing and everything. So it's not like you have to come in and learn, because again, everybody can be a successful trader. It just depends on what you do. Most of you guys are probably struggling and you still don't have success. All you have to do is just look at systems and data. It's all it is. It's not hard. The only time that I use discretion in my trading is any mid to long-term swings. That's it. And then I just let all these systems print money over time. That's how dirty it is. You just sit there and let it go. It's not up to me. That's why when I see people say that trading is stressful, I'm like, you're just trading wrong. You don't understand. Like, you just don't get it. Trading isn't stressful. It's just not. Like, because think about it. Why would it be stressful if you know the strategy works over time, you know the risk, you're just letting the system run, basically. You can execute it. Again, being a steward of your system. That's all we're here to do. So now, not only are you going to have 1, you're going to have 3. Dollar turning up. Yeah, that's not going to help the market here. It's probably not going to help TLT either. No, it's still green, but it was looking a lot better in the pre-market here when it was up like, what, 0.8 something percent. So yields are climbing a little bit here. Grant, good morning, man. How you doing? Like, to see, like, everybody, like, I feel like it's this. Everybody that's new to the market or is struggling in the market is looking for that thing where it's like, that kind of confidence comes with years of experience. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's the thing. You know the data. You don't have to, you just trust the data. That's all it is. On a long enough time horizon, it makes money. That's how you have to think about it. Because the only reason why you would have not confidence in entering or stressed about entering is because you don't fully understand the system and the data behind it, because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. That's why. You're scared of the uncertain outcome. Losing money. Everyone needs an edge for sure. Exactly. Which is why I'm just handing you guys an edge. 3 of them are dirty. But that's the thing. Like, people think about the market the wrong way. So learning what data to examine takes a while to figure out. Right, but that's a completely different thing than having confidence in the market. Like, you got to think about it in 2 different ways. I will trade based off of systems, and then I will use my knowledge because it's about markets in general in order to take advantage of moves. But what is that? It's discretionary over a longer time period. Like TLT. TLT is a great example of a discretionary trade. That's when you should use your own discretion, not, oh, I think that this 5-minute chart's going to go up. No. No. And that's when people say, "Oh, good trading is boring." Yeah, that's what it is. You're not sitting here like, "Oh my god, doing this, all that." No, you just look at what the market's presenting to you, and you just overlay your system on top of it. Not like, and that's a problem thing. It's like people think that they have a system and they don't. And that's the worst part of this. People are so hung up on like, "Oh, no, I have a system." And it's like, "No, you don't." How? I saw we were talking about that the other day or yesterday about those, I think it was those Bitcoin miner trades that, that one person was taking it, and they were like, what do you think about this system? And I was like, what system? You just bought calls. How does that make, what is that? What's the data? What are your entry exit criteria? What's the average risk reward? What's the win rate? Oh, you just bought calls. My phone's freaking out here with, oh, that's why. Let's see, what's this? Oh, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it's not even, like, people will think, like, you'll see, like, oh, like, quantitative finance, all that stuff. The reason why those guys have to be so intelligent in because they're using, like, calculus and looking at very, very, very small time frames where there's a lot of manipulation to do it. If you want to, like, be a quantitative trader, which is basically a systems trader, you don't need to know any of that. You don't even have the structural capability to execute something like that. Like the speed or the amount of money. You just don't. Let's see. Natural gas continues its plunge this morning. I bet it is. What's this doing over here? Market selling. Ah! Just chilling. No, they're completely separate. They're completely separate. The rate cut stuff, say right now. We went over it. It's like it backed off a little in March, which makes sense. Which is what we thought was going to happen. Like, I don't think they're going to do anything in March. I think they're going to hold in March, maybe May, most likely June. That's my expectation here. And it's kind of stayed that way. But even when people were talking about March, it's like, well, I mean, they could physically do it, but it doesn't make any sense for them to do so. So I would say May or June. May's the earliest. The problem then becomes, though, is well, the next year, basically a third of all of the United States outstanding debt matures. So they have to pay all that money back. It's about $7.6 trillion. Now, in order to pay that, well, they need to sell more bonds. Basically, giant Ponzi scheme. But that's fine. That's fine. We don't got to talk about that. So when they do that, they need to make sure that they're able to pay that debt. Now, they can't refinance that at higher rates or roll it over at higher rates. So, and again, you started to see it yesterday too. You're going to see some pressure from the Treasury and the United States government towards the Fed to say, hey, as soon as feasibly possible, start cutting. Why? Because if rates are lower, then the United States government doesn't have to pay as much in interest because we have no way of paying it. Like if we were to roll over this debt right now, they would be like the end, basically. You will not be able to raise enough money through taxes. You're just going to be in this basically a debt spiral. You're just spiraling because the problem will just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, faster and faster. Because as they have to sell more bonds, it adds more supply, which pushes rates up, which keeps rates higher for longer. Like, it's bad if they do that. So this is a problem that they have to figure out, like, right now. What's ES doing? It got bought up a little there. Let's see. What are we going to get here? M1 Money Supply has to drain first. Yeah. Absolutely. But you got to think about it like this. Well, and like we talked about yesterday, Ralph, like the Fed is in a really tough spot because some of the contributing elements of inflation are looking good and some of them are a lot stickier. So it's going to be a lot tougher for them to make a decision, but they're going to get some pressure from the government. They just aren't. They have to. Telly not doing anything. It's still a little green here. Beyond's up 3.62. Another gem from the newsletter. There you go. This one's not doing anything right now. All right, let's go back to Twitter over here real quick. Treasury yields pairing gains in the wait, 10 years down 1.5 basis points. Why is TLT getting hammered off of that? That's why. That's why. It's still red, but it popped up significantly there. That was the 10-year yield. All right, and then any other tickers, guys, that you want to look at, just let me know, and we will keep cranking them through. I mean, you guys know what I'm looking for from the video newsletter this weekend. Where's this guy? All right, that one's an interesting one. There was one that I was going to miss. Oh, it's this one. This is the one that I missed. Yeah, because this was Friday. I just didn't see this one until Sunday, and I was like, that would have been fun, but it was only up 0.5% yesterday. So nothing crazy. Nothing crazy here. SWK. Ooh, I don't hate that. Ooh, I don't hate that at all, buddy. I really don't hate that. When was earnings? Oh, earnings flip. It just never. I mean, this. Ooh, that's interesting. I like that. It's just on Stanley Black & Decker, so it's not gonna move very much. That's the issue. Like, if I saw this on, like, Rivian or Mara, I'd go nuts. But I don't hate that chart. That would be an interesting one, potentially, for shares on a longer time horizon. If this thing wants to keep trending to the upside, that's probably what I would do with that. Chewy? No. What do you see on Chewy? This is a good question. What do you see on Chewy? And how does this tie into the setup that I've taught you guys for the swings? That's, I think, a better question here versus me just saying no. This would just be full discretion. Oh, look, it bounced. It's coming up. Gonna lose on a long time horizon with that. Which is, again, when you guys see all the data that I show you guys in the strict back testing in the course I have for you, like, you're gonna be like, oh, it's that simple? It's like, yes, stop overcomplicating things, please. PayPal, I like PayPal. I didn't look at the chart yesterday, but I do like PayPal. I hit this one. This was my PayPal trade for about 600%, I think. This was a really good one. I like how this looks. For me, I'd probably go a little bit longer in terms of expirations on this thing. Maybe leaps on it, just because of, like, if you think about just PayPal and like Venmo and a couple of these other things that they have in their overall earnings, like, they've been beaten down a little bit too much. Like, there's no real reason for PayPal to be this low, in my opinion. So if you can get a nice break from here and then continue up, I mean, that could be an interesting spot to add some leaps or even a share position. So I don't hate this chart at all. 4 hour, I don't look at the 4 hour ever. TLT back down, ES back down. Came off the lows, looking to see if we could break 2150 for a larger move to the upside. But that doesn't, like, this doesn't do any. This is nothing here. This is hits, bounce, like, this is just bouncing off the low. Like, why touch this? You have a giant volume spike here, which is decent off of that low, but that's not... If it consolidated in here and maybe made a move to the upside, maybe, but this is nothing right now. Zero. If they sell more bonds, does that mean TLT will skyrocket? No. If they would actually... Well, that's not necessarily the question. It's if they sell more bonds and the demand still steps up to meet those issuances and pushes yields lower, then yes. But if they sell more bonds and then the demand is low, then no. That's on GIS with a little more time. General Mills. Yeah, anything like this. Remember, I like to do this most of the time on stocks that love to show that they can move. So like a Rivian, a Roblox, Mara, things like that. So anything like this, I may take shares for a longer term position. But looking at this chart here, I don't completely hate it. Here's the problem: you got earnings right here on the 20th. That's the issue with it. So if you consolidate this week and then break, you could catch a little earnings run up, but you have 8 calendar days until their earnings. That's not a lot of time. So again, I want all of you guys, because again, when people talk about discipline in trading, it's like, it's so easy to do. People just don't realize it. The reason why discipline is such a problem with traders is because most of you guys just have BS nonsense in your heads. That's just going to lead you to make undisciplined decisions. Like, let's say that it's like a cookie cutter. Let's just say that. There's a cookie cutter thing that you put on the chart. Well, if it doesn't qualify in that cookie cutter, then you don't trade it. If it does, you do. The outcome is irrelevant because you know it works over time. Boom, done. Easy. Trading is not stressful. Once you learn that, oh boy, you're going to have a lot of success. Let's see, snow down, ES coming down. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, you guys will have those 2 more coming in soon. I just have to get the data on one of them. And then work out how I'm going to show longer term data on the other one. I actually could probably do it on the SPY would be a bit iffy for it. You get a little more data on it, but I want more. So I got to find a way to get more. Like, I know, like, there are things that I know work. I just need, like, more data in them. Like, not that, like, I just, like, haven't tested it with enough data. It's like that the data providers don't give you enough data so that I don't have the ability to then show you how well it works. Great point there. Yeah, exactly. Like, discipline in trading is not a hard thing to do. It really isn't. Because it comes from understanding the system. An actual system. Like, because you'll see people be like, I want to short out of this supply and demand zone, or I want to take this order block or something. And it's like, all right, how are you defining what that is? Oh, I see it here. Oh, well, that's discretion. Because I could put it, it's, okay, a great example of this is chart patterns. Head and shoulders, everything like that. Okay, cool. You're just like, I think it looks like this. Somebody else could look at the same chart and say, I think it looks like this. What are they both using? Discretion. They're both going to lose over the long enough time horizon, but one of them's going to be right in the short term, and they're going to think that they can implement that over the long term, which they can't. So it's just wasting time. That's the thing. Like, operating the market like that is just wasting your time. So please, guys, don't waste your time in the market. It's very valuable. Dollar sniffing 104. Yeah, ES is coming down here. TLT's coming down. Where's NQ? Is this thing selling off more? Stop it. Why is this here? Oh, I know why I drew this. Yeah, this was just me screwing around. I did not take a trade yesterday. This was me scaling into put hedges and then putting that up there for fun just to see if it would hit a certain level. Let's see. I always have weird stuff on these charts sometimes where I'm just like, what happened? Like, what was I thinking? Natural gas getting destroyed. Nasdaq's still green. Where's QQQ? Okay. Let's see. All right, team. All right, man. How much time we got left? 29 minutes until the ding ding. This is gonna get interesting. Tabasco, Dave, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. The best thing is, too, guys. Oh, here's a... All right. Here's a little dirty thing that I'm gonna just... All right. So, for those of you guys with smaller accounts, ready? For those of you guys with smaller accounts, like... I mean, technically, anything under 2 million is deemed to be a small account, but that's not relevant here. Anything less than, like, let's say 10 grand. If you're gonna use some of these... like discretionary strategies, you might be able to make like 140% in a year, which you should be thrilled with, which is what one of them did. But what happens if you run them on prop firms? Ooh. So now you have a system that prints over time in leverage with zero risk. Well, not zero, it's your cost of admission. But, there you go. And that's where you can really start cranking. Because they just give you the leverage. And you don't really have to take any personal risk. And you can automate some of them. Not on the prop firms, but just in general. They're gonna not like that, but you know. ES screwing around down a little bit here. Nothing too crazy yet, though. Here we go. We got 27 minutes to go. Oh, we have Powell tomorrow, too, so I'll be streaming that for you guys. So we're going to have 2 streams tomorrow. We're going to have the morning stream and then the Powell stream. That's going to be fun. How's things with me? Good, man. Good. How you doing? Let's see. Let me check Twitter here. We got anything else on the feed? Oh, here we go. Citadel expected to return about $7 billion in 2023 profits to investors, sources say. Citadel's flagship fund up nearly 15% through November. Citadel expects to manage about $58 billion to start 2024. Woo! They're making serious cash. Let's see. All right, guys, keep smacking that like on the way in if you don't mind. Helps out getting these streams out to some more people here. Tomorrow will be crazy. Well, today at 1 is going to be nuts, too. That's what I'm the most excited for this week. Like, we already know what Powell's going to say. We already know, like, unless CPI came in as, like, a massive surprise, which it didn't really. You had month over month a little higher than expected, which is kind of why we're coming down here. But remember my thesis of, oh, all of that good data is already priced in. The bond market is telling you, oh, yeah, well, it's already priced in. They already expect the data to be good because they're expecting rate cuts to come sooner. So they expect data to move faster in the right direction. Now, if it doesn't, if it was way higher, you would have seen a giant knife. Now, it was right at expectations, and you saw month over month a little higher, so you're kind of seeing it flicker around a little bit here. Ken Griffin's new home is insane. I bet it is. They just took out a $400 million loan. I bet they're going to make boatloads of money with that. Boatloads. Beyond's not going to give me anything. Just grinding away at the charts as you work your full-time, 2 years and change until retirement. Tabasco Dave, congratulations, buddy. There you go. There you go, man. All right. Carvana used car prices rose in November. I mean, I'm looking at Twitter. People are like, I don't know. They're saying that increase month over month is going to mean higher for long. What was it last month? I'm not going to know. I'd have to. Oh, wait. Yes, I will. Oh, no. There's no. Oh, no. It's this. Yeah. Last time it was 0.2. So you increased by 0.1 and they were expecting 0. Oh, wait. No. This is just normal CPI. Oh, yeah. That's not good. Yeah, it wasn't core. It was normal CPI. So previous was 0, and we actually ticked up to 0.1. All right. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair reaction out of the market here. I'm actually a little surprised that that's not more. So we'll hear Powell, especially after that data. He's going to lean a little on the hawkish side probably tomorrow and say, well, things are getting better. The month-over-month increase is not great, but, again, things can happen, blah, 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 all that nonsense. And he'd be like, we're going to continue to be very data-dependent and look at the data to get to a sufficiently restrictive stance. Well, what is a sufficiently restrictive policy stance, Powell? I don't know. I'll tell you when we get there. Cool. That's literally what the meeting is going to be. Remember the old days in CPI was a 2-year case? Yeah. See, dude, the data that's the CPI data now is all nonsense, but maybe Citadel should pay the people they screwed over when they halted trading numerous times on Robinhood. I mean, maybe, but again, here's the other thing. Like, you gotta like look at this thing very logically here. That's probably the most ethical outcome. But is it gonna happen? No. We played the game and lost. Cool. Done. Move on to the next one. It's like, oh, everybody thought that we were gonna be able to beat somebody like that? Yeah, no. Cool. It's like, what are you gonna do? Yell at them? No. There's reality, and then there's what would be nice to happen. David Price, good morning, buddy. Like, that's just the reality. It's like, all right, well. Beyond up 4%. Dang. That thing's nasty. Let's see here. What are we going to get today? We got about 19 minutes to go until the market opens. I'll throw this on the 5-minute. I want to play around with something today. If you don't like the data, just change how you view it via the time frame. What a joke. It is. The data's a joke, man. The data is a joke. Because the other thing, Ralph, I think I said this to you, right? Is what if they're like, so they basically tried to make the data look better so that everybody didn't freak out over the last year and a half. But as the data starts to get better when the actual reality isn't, they then have to somehow say, oh, whoops, yeah, no, it's actually still bad even though it looks good. And it's like, no, it looks good, so why isn't it good? And they're like, well, I don't know. Does that make sense? So, like, if they're going to mess with the data in, like, the last basically 2 years to make sure markets and everything didn't completely capitulate, because a lot of algorithm and everything is going to be data dependent, well, now as things start to move in the better direction and everybody, like you're seeing in the bond market, is saying, well, based on the data and everything else, we expect the Fed to cut rates sooner. Well, no. They probably won't. Will they next year? Yeah, they probably will. May or June. But then the Fed gets caught in an interesting position, because if the data is coming out like that, they're like, well, not exactly. And then they're just admitting that it's nonsense anyway. Nature's Barista. Good morning, man. Good morning. Is it legal to alter data? It's legal for them to do whatever they want. All right, think about it like this. In 2008, when there was a giant bailout to the banks, investment banks, all of them, insurance companies, mainly the banks, the whole point of those of loans was for the banks to start lending more money again. Because if there's no lending, everything gets iffy. What did they do? They didn't lend the money. They screwed up. Then the federal government came in and said, here you go. Make sure you loan it. You lend it out so everything's not terrible. And they were like, oh, yeah. Sure thing. No problem. And then once they have the money, they're like, dummies. We're not lending that money out. It's like, is that legal? Who's going to do something about it? Who's going to do anything about it? What, is the government going to come in and say, I'm taking it back? No. There's so many examples of this where it's like there's so many examples of that. ES moving back up a little here. Nothing crazy, though. Nothing crazy. Again, team, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way in, helps out getting some more people on the stream here. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes today. That'd be fun. I mean, if we do hit 500, we will do ankles, but I don't think we're doing that. And to continue the story, the reverse repo market. Yeah. You know what happened? Let's see. There were other stocks I did it on. You could have made some nice trades. After that, you just pulled your money off Robinhood, moved the Webull. Yeah, but, like, it's the same difference. It's the same thing, different place. It's like... So, like, people are still yelling about it to this day. It's like, is it bad? Yes. Is anything going to happen? No. Cool. Okay. So, it's kind of where we're going to have a very interesting 2024. 2024 is probably going to be the biggest year in my lifetime, probably. Because if you look at all of the different things that are happening, well, we're in a very interesting macroeconomic position where we just came off of, like, what was it? Like a third? Maybe it was more than that of all the money that's ever been printed ever being put into the economy. Now it's getting siphoned out a little bit, and you have to see, okay, what's going to happen next year with the Fed cutting rates? Are things actually going to move in the downward direction, or are we just going to all have to become comfortable with higher inflation over a longer period of time? Now, if that's the case, you better own assets, because if you don't, you're just going to never, ever, ever, ever be able to escape the effects of inflation. You just won't. And then you have the election, which this election is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like a reality TV show. Because it's not like times in the past where, like, especially the last one where, like on Twitter and all these other platforms, like, things were getting throttled and all that stuff. It's like, no. Like, we probably will have some decent information this time about everything. Boom, out there in the open. on either side. So next year is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Like, even you see it with Vivek right now. Like, the things that he's saying and the things that they're, like, not allowing him to say, but the things that are actually getting traction this time around are so much more potent to the voting base than it ever could have been in prior years, because that information would have never gotten out. It just wouldn't have. There was TikTok, but not really. Like, it was there, but it wasn't like used the way it is now. There was no X. So, well, Asylum, they did it too. So, I mean, it's the same difference. So, like, get ready. It's gonna be fun. Like, I'm excited for everything. It's just gonna be fun to sit back and watch what happens. As long as, like, nothing crazy goes on. Like, just, like, everybody, like, just, like, debate. Just don't do anything stupid. Because this is, remember the issue that I told you guys about before, where it's like, if you go through a period of significant censorship over a bunch of years, what happens is that anybody on either side, like, let's just say you're looking at a bell curve. It's like the people on the outside, when they get removed, they then hang out with the other people that got removed. Now, depending on who those people are, they then either disappear, or they just start hanging out with other people that have the same viewpoints as them. So then you just get this echo chamber of nonsense on either side over and over and over and over and over. And it just, like, it's almost like building a building, where the longer you let them build the building, or let's just, I mean, you can say not a building, but, like, let's say it's let's say it's training for an MMA fight. Let's put it that way. So you're letting these people basically just train and train and train and train and train. So then, when everybody then is able to come back into basically the town hall, let's just say, the volatility of conversations and the things that are said are going to be a lot crazier than they would have been if you just let everybody say everything the entire time. Because they weren't getting, people on every side were not getting checked on the nonsense that they were what do you call it, saying. So now we have X, and everybody just comes back together, and you can see it. It's craziness. It's fun to watch. It'll fizzle down eventually, but it's not like, this is in the starting moment where everybody comes back together, and you're like, whoa, this could be fun. No, I don't mean like preparing for war. It's just like I'm just saying it's a metaphor. Like, if you allow, there was probably a better example of it. I was thinking about the building. Like, you would just build taller buildings, but then it doesn't, like, when they come together, there's no way to say it's better if you say, like, oh, they're training for this. Or let's just say it's like a weightlifting competition. If you let people just train for, like, a significant portion of time, and then they come back, it's like, well, they're probably all going to be able to lift heavier weights. Answer that now. Let's see. TLT moving down. Let's see. All right, folks, let's get ready to go. It's going to be a fun day here. Remember, I mean, you guys, I think, get the point now of discretionary trading versus trading with systems. So, again, those two other strategies are going to get added for you guys in the Day Trading Mastery course. You're going to have 3 back-tested, profitable strategies to just implement on the chart, and you're going to have no discipline problems if you follow it. If you just start to try to use your own discretion, obviously, you're going to have problems. Solid risk management and proven strategies that work. So again, if you guys want to come and learn how I trade every single day, the first strategy, the one that's had 0 losing months in 2023, there you guys go. There's the link. The code is STV30 for 30% off. That's good until the end of the month. At the end of the month, that's going to go back up to the normal price. So, again, we just launched it, so I wanted to give some of you guys the opportunity to get it a little lower. But we're going to keep adding to that, and then I have something really big coming in the end of February here. Like, the systems are dirty. Like, it is what it is. Fully back-tested. You guys see it. The results are irrefutable. So those are amazing tools to add to your toolbox where it just siphons money out. Does it, Ralph? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, ES slipping. Good morning, Daniel. How you doing, man? Yeah, and less trades, more profits is going to help you guys out a whole lot, too. Oh, man. We are going to make you guys just... But it's going to be crazy, like, because I see people sometimes even coming into the live chat, and they're just like, oh, what about this? It's like, when we see none of that anymore, oh, you got... Because then you're just thinking like a pro. You're like, it doesn't follow what I'm looking for. Okay, cool, done. What's that? Oh, cool. Walmart is moving away from China and more into India. Interesting. Walmart was the largest importer of goods from China. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's from David. Oh, I thought that was from the news feed. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. All right, guys. 7 minutes to go here. Let's see. Where is this? Let's see. All right. Oh, I got to turn the air conditioning on real quick. It's getting hot in here. All right, guys. Again, you got that link there. Give me like 2 seconds. I just got to turn the AC on. Just give me like 2 seconds. Alrighty, folks. Here we go. Here we go. AC in the winter. Yeah, the sun just like bakes in here sometimes, even when it's cold out. It just gets hot in here, man. I don't know. I also put my heat on pretty high. So that's also like it gets hot. TLT selling. We got a lot of things moving around here. Yeah, he's a weirdo. I am a weirdo. I am a weirdo. Let's see. I don't even know why we have Beyond up here. Like, I'm not doing anything with it. I just want to see it for those of you guys that are on the newsletter, like that have just been like the amount of trades that we've called out recently, guys, is ridiculous. Like, this is probably the best one. We started talking about a firm back in here, and then boom. That one, Mara, PayPal, DraftKings. There were a couple of really big ones. But Affirm was by far the biggest. By far the biggest. Let them in, be comfortable. Well, it's not even about me. It's just the camera will turn off because it'll overheat. Which is very weird that the air conditioning controls the camera. Which is wild. Let's see. Yep. Oh, yeah. So, again, for those of you guys that are on the email list, too, you guys have a 50% off discount to the Day Trading Mastery course. So, everybody in the public gets 30. You guys get 50. But that's still until the end of the month, too. So, if you guys want to take advantage of that, make sure you guys do that before the end of the month. We're going to add those 2 other strategies in there, too. One of them, I was trying to explain this nicely the other day. It's like, well, one of them, you don't actually have to know anything, which is so shitty to say, or sorry, excuse my language, so bad to say. Foot Locker? No. I did not get Foot Locker. What was that? What did that do? What's the ticker? Is it FL? Or it's like FL something, isn't it? Oh, no, it is FL. No, this doesn't really qualify for anything here. You got earnings, and then that's it. That's just a gamble. Let's get this up here. All right, 3 minutes. Just signed up. There you go, Dr. Bob. Again, for those of you guys that are hopping in, just let me know if you guys have any questions. I will, again, just message me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will hook you guys up. Yes, slipping. Roku on the daily. I think Roku was one that I didn't hate. Yeah, this is, I don't like trend lines. Like, this would be like a trend line break trade, which, I mean, maybe I would take it, but the only one that I've done in like the last like 6 months was Carvana, which was a good one. Like, I don't hate it. It's just not the best. I like when they move a lot, like, flat like this. That's what I like. All right, 2 minutes to go here. Free ebook. You guys have a free ebook as well. It's on shortthevix.info. But if you want the actual in-depth nuances of all the strategy and teaching it to you in full with the full backtesting, what are futures, what are options, everything, that's where the full-length video series comes in. So you'll get a brief understanding of what the strategy is in the ebook, but in order to really take it further, that's why I made that video series for you guys, because it's impossible for me to list out everything and actually show you backtests on in a book. It's just impossible to do. But all right, guys, 1 minute to go. 50 seconds here. Let's do it. AMD might be taking a breather today. That's fine, man. Those shares are having a great time. Those shares are having a great time. They can take a breather today. Got it, thanks? No problem, man. No problem. TLT coming down. I kind of want to look at this one. Kind of want to have this up here. All right. 7 seconds. Here we go. Stop that. What is on here? Oh, lot of alerts coming through here. Let's see. Lot of alerts. Jeez. All right, let's see what we get here. All right, we got the first 5-minute candle here coming in on ES. Wow, a lot of alerts here. Jeez. Snow down. TLT slipping. Z-scaler hanging out up here, though. Up 1%. That's interesting. This one's holding. Snow, not so much. Yeah, exactly. Holy alerts firing off on price levels. There's so many of them, man. There are so many of them. I just got like 7 of them. There goes ES losing it. I'm losing it. All right, let's see what we get here today. This is a CPI, but ooh, hello. Hello, market. IWM dying. Yeah, everybody was like, IWM bull flag, oh my god. I mean, it's still there, but like, you gotta, sort of, but like, there are people out there, guys, that legitimately think that, news causes price to go where it already wanted to go. Yeah, if it comes in at expectations, dum-dum. Like, oh, people just say the wildest things on the internet, guys. It's insane to me. Like, insane what people say. Alright, team. Let's see what we get here. This thing's moving down. A lot of things are moving down here. Oh, interesting. My fit? I don't know. That doesn't even look like a good one to me. Like, I wouldn't even touch this. I mean, honestly, it would, 183.34. You get well, if you get a close down below 183.78, I'd say, yeah, no. If it breaks out above here, obviously, I would, if this was a different chart, I would look at it, but. Let's see. You got 45 seconds left on this candle here. This could get spicy. Let's see. It's losing it. It's losing it here. Uh-oh. All right, let's see what we get here, team. This thing's coming back down. Where's TLT? Probably getting killed. Yeah, TLT's not having fun here. Could Carvana be coming up due to used car price hike? Yes, it can. Yeah, it definitely can. Where is Carvana right here? It's up like 2-ish%. You really need to see this thing trade above. Wow, it flashed up to here. 41.97. Wow, that's interesting. Let's see. Sounds like a Motel 6 air conditioner. I don't know if I'd say that. Don't know if I'd say that. What's the range here? Let's see. Well, this is far. Let's see if this bottom drops out of this and this thing gets really slippy to the downside. I mean, you have these BJT levels down in here. That could be interesting. All right, let's see. Your Carvana alerts are going crazy on TradingView. Is it ripping? No, it's not. It's just flashing around here. It's going to be tough for this thing to go if the market's doing that. Already made your money on puts. Scaled more into TLT. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, this thing's peaking again. Where's Snow? Oh, it's just hanging out. There goes Spy. Good morning, Nettie. How you doing? Let's see if this market really starts to get slippy. Because again, I mean, you're coming into Powell tomorrow. You got the auction later. This could get interesting here. Oh, there it goes. There it goes a little. Nothing crazy, though. It looked bigger than it was. Let's do this on the 15. Oh, you've got this zone, and then you've got these down in here. All right, it's pulling back up. I'd love to see Snow get above here, this 196.70 area. Rivian getting clapped? Is it now? Ooh. Yeah, this is going to need some more time. That's fine. I liked that candle yesterday, but this is just kind of resetting here. Darn, I kind of wanted to trade some more Rivian at some point, but doesn't look like we're going to get that opportunity anytime soon. AMD's still strong even if red. Well, we could look at it. If it's still above 130, I'll be thrilled. 134. Oh my god. AMD's just a monster. There goes Z-Scaler again. That was another one from the list from yesterday above this level right here, this 203.63 area. I mean, you're up like what, $4 from there? You're welcome. You're welcome. TLT might get a little action here. Let's just see what this market wants to do. Do we have any data at 10? Having a heck of a time getting your stop loss take profit on TradeVate. You keep getting stopped out using 4 ticks. Why are you using 4 ticks? That's 1 point, Nettie. That's crazy. That's crazy. No. That is not enough room. Nettie, that is also not the strategy that I've taught you in the course there. I don't know what you're doing there. 4 tick stop? That's crazy. That's 1 point. That's almost like saying like, oh, 10 cents on SPY. Like, put it in that perspective. Like, think about it like that. It's not, but it's very, very, very similar. Like, the minimum I will take is about 2 points. The maximum's about, on that one strategy, is about 4.75. That's usually where it is. The average is probably 2.5 to 3.25 is the amount of points of risk that I'm usually taking. Beyond looking to break pre-market highs? Is it now? That thing is nasty. Well, yeah, we do have the 30-year Treasury auction at 1, which is very important. Make sure you guys are on the lookout for that at around 1 p.m. Let's see, looking at a new low here. It's right at the low. No, it's not breaking it yet. All right, guys, let's see. Again, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way, it helps out a whole lot with the algorithms over here, getting these streams back going again. A little bouncy bounce on the spot. This thing's moving like crazy. I just saw that. I was like, what is that? What's Snow doing? That's not what you want to see on that thing. Just the bond auction? Yeah, but that's very important. Where's Chegg? Coming back down around to that entry area. That could be a nice little break retest. Go. Could be. Who knows? The auction dates. Just search like Treasury auction dates and then you'll find it. It's like a big PDF that I go through. All right. 15 seconds left for a new 5-minute candle here. Ooh, here we go. Yellen, inflation is meaning... Oh, my God. Oh boy, here it comes. Remember what we were saying? Yellen, inflation is meaningfully coming down. Sees no reason why inflation shouldn't come down to the Fed's target. Labor market remains strong but is cooling. Yellen sees no reason why inflation couldn't come down to the Fed's target. Ooh, it's getting spicy. I don't know, man. It's getting interesting here. Moving up a little. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. You thought a bond auction was yesterday? The 10-year was yesterday. The 30 years today. Eddie? Yeah, but like why are you trying to gamble on earnings? Like there's no, unless you know the information beforehand or you're using that one earning strategy that I've showed you guys, there's no reason really to trade earnings ever. One directional earnings, if you think it's anything other than a gamble, you need to go to a doctor and have your brain checked. Let's see. Like if snow could clear this today, this one night, it was ripping yesterday. TLT looking interesting here. Let's see what this wants to do. It's just trapped in this BJ key level here. If you close down below, I would expect us to trade lower. If you start to kind of come out of it here, which it looks like we're doing, you could get a nice move. I'll hit that. Didn't have a good reason. True. Exactly, Eddie. Exactly. SPY moving on up, or ES moving on up. Let's see what we get. Yellen, no evidence that inflation is becoming ingrained or that there is a wage price spiral. Inflation expectations well under control. Oh, she is just nudging Powell right now. She's like, everything's fine, cut rates soon, Oh, this is getting interesting. Market bouncing a little here. That's interesting. Let's see what we get. Okay. It comes down to Yellen. It does come down to Yellen. It really does all come down to Yellen. Ooh, here comes the market bouncing a little. There goes Z-Scaler. That one was nasty. If you guys got that one yesterday, you're probably sitting up real nice. Let's see. Let's all yell. It's Tabasco Dave. That's all good, buddy. Whenever you're ready, hop in. But again, make sure you're on that the email list though, because that's where we do the newsletter every weekend, which is, I mean, you guys have seen those trades. They're pretty disgusting. It's gonna be interesting here. All right. Man, you're just bouncing out of this little zone here. Snow. Anything else? Where's Beyond? Yeah, that thing came right back down. That's fine. That makes sense. Newsletter's worth your time. Thanks, Daily Taylor. I appreciate that, buddy. TLT popping. ES probably popping here. Yep. There it goes. This thing's not really getting a bid here. Where's Telly? Moving a little. Let's see. Yeah, nothing really so far. I mean, I have something that I'm kind of looking at here, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. AMD could go green soon. Really? Oh, yeah, 50 cent. Wasn't it already green? What's the high? 134.28? That was close. It was close. Facebook went off this morning. Not really. It's up 0.5%. I mean, I don't know what you're looking at here. Did it just... It's just moving up a little. Nothing crazy. I own a lot of Facebook, too. Nothing's inspiring you today? Good. Then sit it out. There's no need to force anything. This thing's moving like a wild child. Telly sharked a little there. Snow moving a little. Nothing crazy, though. It could easily get back up to here. At least. Yellen, rising rates may impact Fed decision on rate path. Do you know how I read that? Do you know how I read that? If rates go up, we're going to force you to cut. That's literally how that's to be read. It's like, if the rates are going up, you're going to have to cut. Like, this is crazy. Alright, let's see what we get here. She's really pushing? She's starting to. She's starting to start to push on him. A little bit. Wall Street cautious after inflation. Yeah, I mean, you know. Makes sense. It'd be interesting if we saw some stuff really start to rip today. Here comes ES a little. That prior 5-minute high is at what? 467,125. You're sitting right at it there. It's not getting there yet. Snow pushing a little. Where's Z-Scaler? It's up there. It's not ripping, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, we are 40 likes away from 100. Thank you, team. I appreciate that. Telly not really having a reaction here. This is going to react more at 1 o'clock. Yeah, these are just the first two 15-minute candles of the day, and you've seen zero. Nothing. Yeah, that's good, Tabasco Dave. That's good, man. Yeah, you're right at that level here on ES. Coming back. Oh, you popped through it. 417,150, but it's not carrying through. Like a little shift of trend would be something like this, coming up above this level here. 467,350. Coming up. I mean, really, it's this. 467,825. Here comes snow. There goes Z-Scaler. TLT not reacting. AMD looking to break out. Good. Good. Let her go. Let her go. AMD in the green, baby. That's what we like to see. Love you, AMD. Making me just boatloads of money. Z-Scaler looking good, though. Snow's looking all right. I mean, it's got to get going. Yellen climbing real rates may impact Fed's decision on rate path. Don't forecast evidence. Inflation. What? Ingrained or... She doesn't forecast that there's evidence that inflation's ingrained or wage price spiral. I mean, we've already seen that. There goes Z-Scaler, man. I mean, those of you guys that have been taking advantage of the free resources I give you, there you go. There you go, man. That's another one. This one still needs to get going. Above here, you're going to look real good. But that's a big move on snow. It can do it, though. It's not like it can't do it. QQQ is green. That's interesting. Yeah, there goes snow a little. Z-Scaler pushing to 209 there. TLT not reacting. Interesting. Yellen, Biden administration doing all it can to bring down prices for consumers. Yeah, all right, pal. Yeah, all right, pal. Snow pushing. There's 209 on Z-Scaler. There you go. So, well, SPY's 7 point, or ES is 7 points away from going green. I don't have SPY up here. Yeah, 193 next stop for snow if it can get up there. That'll be above close. Yeah, ES is just kind of right where it's been. New 15-minute candle here. see. Telly's slipping. Yields are coming up. Watch out. If yields start coming up like that, you might see this thing drop. But again, who knows? Like the bond market and the equity market have been, the stock market have been a little bit disjointed recently. You'll see, yeah, there it is. You'll see a little bit of the divergence there, but you haven't seen much. Snow fell. Z-scaler still holding 209. Just lost 209. Still haven't taken the plunge into futures yet. Oh, Daily Taylor, with that strategy, I think you're on there. You definitely want to be using futures, and you want to be, in my opinion, it makes 1,000,000% more sense to day trade futures, swing trade options. Any other way, to me, doesn't make sense, because you're dealing with too many effects of theta. And obviously other factors as well. But here it comes. Yellen talking her book. Yes, she is. Telly coming back up here. Watch the market. Snow's still looking for that 190. There it might go. Let's see. There is a possible trade setting up here that I think is at a really interesting spot. So this could be fun. This could get fun today. I might be able to get a good one. Snow trying. Z-scaler didn't hold. Tally still hanging out at those lows. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Snow's trying to get above 193 here, which would basically send it into the green on the day. If it can get above there, you'll go green. And need some help from the overall market here, though, which it's not getting yet. I think it might, though. It's coming in close here to get something good. All right, guys, it is 10:03. We are probably going to be wrapping it up here for today. Remember, everybody gets 30% off to the new Day Trading Mastery course. Remember, systems over discretion. That is exactly what you guys need to be doing in order to have long-term success in the market. We're going to have 2 more systems coming for you guys soon. And again, these are just things to add to the toolbox there because, again, proven to work over a significant period of time. And the one that you guys have right now is at 0 losing months in 2023. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Those of you guys that hop in, just shoot me any questions that you may have once you guys are in there. And again, all of you guys that are on the email list, downloaded the free resources, you guys all have access to the 50% off code. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that. Got the course yesterday. We'll start it this week. There you go, Eddie. I will see you guys later. Peace.